Here we are, Soulection Radio. My name is Joe K. This is show 281. We got Soulection family in the building. StarRo.
What's up?
What's up, Shinya?
How you doing, man?
First off, hold up. Where's the champagne at?
Right?
Because number one, bro. Number one in Japan. Like, how does that feel?
Well,
You changed.
I know. I mean, you know, who
He
would
says,
think?
I know.
I mean, you know, like who would think? We just like, you know, we came a long way, and now like even just being able to release a full album and be on the iTunes, you know, because obviously came from SoundCloud community, and
We all did. Well,
right,
here in this room.
yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
So just to be, you know, be my music on iTunes and, you know, Spotify and all that stuff, and plus, you know, being on the chart, it's like crazy, you know, like surreal. So I mean, definitely, like I
Well,
feel
congrats,
very
man.
grateful for
And
that.
the album is also out worldwide right now, man.
Yeah,
For everybody to grab,
support.
because like we were just talking about the Crosby, and 3 years ago, how much has changed from that moment, that day.
Yeah.
Everyone's progressed, you know.
Oh yeah.
And it's really inspiring to watch everybody from the crew, whether it's internally or whether you guys have explored, you know, independently. I think it's important nowadays for artists to get out of their comfort zone, and I would say Soulection has been a comfort zone for a lot of us for a long time.
Right.
But it's good for everybody to bounce out and explore and see what is it like to do your own, to put out your own release and to go through all that, you know, the marketing, the push and the promo, and just DIY, man. I think that's the best thing.
Exactly.
Because people then have a better appreciation for what we all do. So when we come back here, it makes a lot more sense.
Right. Absolutely.
So Monday, why the title Monday?
Okay, so there are a couple of reasons, but the biggest one is that the Monday represent to me the beginning of everything, you know. So I quit my day job a year ago. Thank
Amen.
you. So yeah, right. So this is like my second life almost, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then this is my first album, and this is like a real solid project that I ever put out since I, make my music thing full time.
Yep.
So I wanted to name something that is like kind of like meaning, you know, the start or something, you know. So Monday is to me, for some people like Sunday is the start of the week, but to me Monday is always the beginning of the week. So I picked that up, and also I feel like Monday, this album is all about, you know, like positive vibe, you know, and I want my music to be heard as some kind of motivation, you know, music that you could probably like, you know, listen to Monday or whatever that is, but you know, my hope is to my music to be the motivating people.
Yeah.
So
your Monday is like a Friday, or it's like, a feel good. It's like your most productive day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up. And it's 13 tracks. Let's talk about some of these features.
JC Boykins, Gavin Turek, Joyce Rice, then there was people like Jay Recon, you know, Brandon Deshay. I mean, a lot of people, you know,
A lot of
Bosco, yeah.
Was it hard to orchestrate all these vocalists on your music and to get them to deliver in time for you to put out this release?
Yeah, of course. You know, like everybody has a different vibe, and most of the artists, we went to the studio together, and obviously, you know, everybody has a different way of working. So I had to kind of, have to learn how to communicate with them, and you know, also like schedule wise, I have to just, you know, make sure they get the job, you know, done in on schedule. So I learned a lot from management perspective that, you know, all the producers who work with the singers, not only the production skill is more important, but also just to like be able to communicate with, you know, the artist is as important as your production skill. So
yes.
Yeah.
I have to say, before we get into this music from yourself, we're going to get into some classics that I picked out that really stood out. But I've noticed for a lot of the more promising producers who are out right now, producer artists.
Right.
You look at Disclosure, you look at Flume, you look
Right.
at K Tronada,
Mm-hmm.
Taku, and Flying Lotus per se.
Right.
If you notice, all of their biggest songs, or the reason why I think they were able to progress from just a producer or a beathead, was because they had the right features,
Yes.
and right features as in the right vocalist,
Right.
rapper, or singer. Whether it was someone that was unknown or somebody that was well known, like a Erykah Badu or whoever it was that
Right.
collabed with these different producers.
Right.
But I think it's the vocalist that helps take you guys to the next level and breaks away
Absolutely.
from just making beats.
Absolutely.
You know, so and I think that is the future. So for all the young producers listening right now, it doesn't matter if it's a well-known name. If you're comfortable with working with somebody, run with it. Run with that artist and just build something special. And I think even another good example right now is like Monty Booker
Yes.
and what he's been able to build out with Smino,
Right.
Raven Lene, and just build out his own camp. And now he's
Right.
doing bigger things. So it's really awesome to see you curating all these vocalists, like you're composing at the same time, everyone
man.
together. Let's get into one of my favorites from the Love Is King compilation, Sade's Sweet Lies of Sweet Love. That was my favorite joint,
Thank
which
you.
is why it was the intro to the whole joint. All right, here on Soulection Radio with StarRo. We'll be right back. Let's get back to this album. I'm like tripping on this music because I'm like time traveling. Actually, for the album, you mentioned something earlier. What I like about this, it's like you and I are so tight. This is just like a normal conversation. It just happens to be recorded, and people are listening right now.
Yeah.
You know, do you remember that time when we both had lunch? We had to break away from our jobs, our 9-to-5s,
Mhm.
and we both were talking about our escape. And
Yeah.
like, I was like, "Yo, I'm putting in my 2 weeks in about 2.5, 3 months."
Yeah.
And you were like, "Oh man, like I'm trying to do the same." And we were able to finesse, you know, and get out of our 9-to-5s to do what we love.
Exactly.
Because it was when you, Esther, and the Hooligan went to Japan. You guys
Mhm.
went to Asia,
Right.
and I was stuck back at my desk.
Yeah. Right.
Because I had taken my vacation to go to South by Southwest back
Yeah.
in 2013.
Right.
And I pretty much forfeited that opportunity. And that's when it hit me. I'm like, yo, I got to leave my job because the only way I can travel. And then anyways, fast forward, left my job and then went to Europe the next week. And then, you know, months later, I hear that you leave. And then fast forward 3 years, here we are, got a #1 album, you know, killing it in Japan. I wanted to talk about that because for those who don't know, there's a difference releasing and applying to the Japanese culture or just different cultures in general versus
Exactly.
the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Can we speak about that? Because I know that in Japan, people really rely on physical product like CDs
Yes.
and vinyl
Right.
versus digital.
Right.
Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, yeah. So first of all, like people in Japan still buy CDs. They actually go to the CD stores. Like Tower Records is still exists.
That's crazy.
It's actually 7-story building. You know, it's crazy, and people are still going there and find the new music. You know, and when they do, every single CD has kind of the description. You know, and like all this like, oh here, check out this song and that song. You know, every single CD has that description, so people would know like what to expect. You know, and that kind of helps people a lot because like as opposed to like, you know, not everybody are like us where you can go to SoundCloud and you know what you want. Most of the people don't know what they want, and when they go to something like SoundCloud, they don't know what to find. As opposed to when they go to CDs, there those like Tower Records and HMB, they kind of help people navigate through all this good music, and so to me, that's the difference. You know, there's a lot of like music magazine as well, not on like website. It's like
Which is all
actual
physical
like
only.
physical magazine,
that.
everything. You know, so
Does that mean is music and culture, does it travel slower because of the fact that it's not digital?
exactly, yes,
Okay.
right,
So people take their time with digesting, music, and I'm assuming with fashion and just every technology and everything.
right,
But then it's so weird because over here it appears that Japan is like ahead of the game when it comes to a lot of these things, like with
Right.
fashion. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's kind of like the opposite of what people think of, would think of Japan.
Got it.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And man, we have so much to talk about. I know you're going on tour soon, and you're gonna have a live band for the first time.
Yeah.
Right. So who's gonna be in your band?
We're actually like we've been doing one-off shows for like occasionally, and I got this regular drummer called Brittany Mack. I found her from Ecoplex actually.
Nice.
Yeah, and I got this bassist called Hunter. And right now it's like 3-piece band. But occasionally I also bring in guitarists. It's also the very well-known producer called Goyama.
Okay. Oh yeah, Goyama.
Yeah. He's like an amazing guitarist, and he's gonna be on a couple of shows on the tour as well.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I have to say, out of anyone from the crew, you have one of the top live shows, and I can't even imagine when you have your band. But just your energy that you bring to the table, and
Thank
just the way you play and the passion. I think people can really feel that. So I think we appreciate that. So when you have your live band, I'm really, really excited to see that, right? Where can people find out about where your shows are?
Probably like, on my Facebook, definitely gonna put it on Instagram and Twitters and so, yeah.
Okay. And you're a family man.
Mm-hmm.
How's the family life treating you in the balance?
Well, unfortunately, right now I'm gonna keep going on the road and everything, so I can't really get to spend much as much of time as I would like to, but they're supporting me and they understand, and kids are like growing up. It's just very interesting or inspiring to watch the kids. Yeah, but at the same time they kind of actually watch me doing my thing. And that's pretty much the best way to educate, kids. Do what you want to do, because not many people really have the luxury to like stay home and get to spend with kids and family, whole day. So that's pretty much what I can do.
And they're supportive of what you do.
Yeah.
That's amazing, man. That's a blessing.
Yeah,
it's a blessing, man. I'm so happy for you, man.
Yeah, we both should be appreciated. Yeah.
Yeah. If anyone, it's like dad to dad,
yeah.
Connection right here.
Right.
But so you're about to do a live set for us right now.
Yeah.
And for those who are listening or watching, you have to see a StarRo show, but just know everything he's about to do is live. I know you're using a new controller and you're playing some keys at the same time and doing some vocals, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be challenging a bit, but. The thing is, like, the last time I played on Soulection Radio, which is maybe like three years ago. But that was like actually my very first live set I ever done. So, I kind of have to bring this, play something in the spirit of that, setup. Something like I can't really. There's no way I could play safe, on the Soulection Radio. So. I'm gonna do something like a lot of new setup, and we'll just see how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to it, and once again, congrats on everything, man. It's been a long time coming, and even it was so dope to hear you do a show here on Beats One, months back over the summer.
Oh yeah, right.
And be able to present your own culture, to be at the forefront of that, man.
Right.
It's just a lot of good things, and I'm a firm believer that good things happen to good people. So.
Well,
yeah, man. Wait, this is
part of it is thanks to you, man.
Nah, man. It's all love and it's reciprocating, So let's get to this music. You know what I'm saying? We've been chatting for a while.
All right.
Let's not throw these people off, and let's get to this music. Once again, StarRo, new album Monday out right now. Soulection. Keep it locked.